Yujin, and Yujin. Born September 1st, 2003 in Daejeon, South Korea, this girl was destined for the stage before she even knew it. See, back in winter 2016, a young Yujin attended the Melon Music Awards and was absolutely mesmerized. The cheering sticks, the fireworks, the energy of thousands of fans. She went home, found an email audition form for Starship Entertainment, sent in a recording and a photo, and they were the first company to call her back. After about a year and 4 months of training, she was thrown into the deep end on Manet's Produce, 48, at just 14 years old, where she finished 5th and debuted as a member of IVE 1. That experience was a masterclass in idol life, touring arenas, releasing hit albums, building a massive fan base, all before she could even drive. When IVE 1 disbanded in April 2021, Yujin returned to Starship, and just months later, she was announced as IVE's very first member and their leader. And honestly, she was born for IVE, that role. Standing at 173 centimeters, Yujin is a certified all-rounder, main vocalist, main dancer, center. The kind of idol Korean media calls a hexagonal talent because she has no weak points. But what really sets her apart is her entertainment instinct. She became a fan favorite cast member on Earth Arcade, running around with Leeseo causing absolute chaos. She stunned everyone on Crime Scene Returns with her sharp deduction skills, and she's hosted the SBS Gaeul Daejeon 4 consecutive years. That's nearly unheard of for an active idol. Off camera, the members say Yujin smells good at all times, which is a weirdly endearing thing to be known for. She's playful. She's a self-admitted crybaby around Wonyoung, and she once confessed that her 3 worst traits are forgetting things easily, changing interests constantly, and being a little lazy. Relatable queen. She's also a Fendi brand ambassador, has released solo tracks including Ending Credit and her first album solo Force on Revive Plus, and she even wrote the lyrics for Heroin on IVE's first studio album. Yujin isn't just leading IVE. She's becoming one of the most well-rounded entertainers of her entire generation. Gaeul. Kim Gaeul, born on September 24th, 2002 in Incheon. And yes, her name literally means autumn in Korean because her parents gave her that name for the season she was born in. Her favorite season, though? Spring. The irony is not lost on anyone. Gaeul is the group's oldest member and their main dancer, and her path to debut is honestly one of the most underrated stories in K-pop. She was originally scouted by JYP Entertainment at a dance competition, but her parents said no. They told her, "If you get scouted again, we'll support you." So in April 2017, she entered another dance competition in Incheon, and sure enough, a Starship Entertainment agent spotted her. That's either fate or sheer stubbornness, probably both. She trained for 4.5 years, the longest of any of the group's member, grinding away until dawn, while still finishing school at her all-girls high school in Incheon. And here's what's remarkable. She had 0 public spotlight during that entire time. No survival show, no pre-debut buzz. While Yujin and Wonyoung were household names through IVE 1, Gaeul was quietly becoming one of the most capable performers in Starship's trainee pool. Within the group, she's the calm center of gravity. The members literally call her Grandma because of her nurturing, laid-back energy. She cooks stew for the younger members at the dorm. She reads Sherlock Holmes novels. She writes her diary in purple ink because she thinks the color makes negative thoughts seem more philosophical. And honestly, that is the most poetic thing I've ever heard. But don't let the calm exterior fool you. Gaeul is the group's most prolific lyricist, with writing credits stretching back to their second release. She penned rap lyrics for Royal, co-wrote Kitsch with Ray, and has credits on songs like Hypnosis, Not Your Girl, and Next Page. She also choreographed routines for TKO and Heartbeats, making her one of the rare 4th generation idols who genuinely creates performance content for their own group. She's the hidden architect behind a lot of what makes the groups tick. Ray, born Naoi Ray in Nagoya, Japan on February 3rd, 2004, is Starship Entertainment's first ever Japanese idol, and the story of how she got there is kind of beautiful in its simplicity. In April 2018, she walked into a global audition in Japan and performed Red Velvet's Happiness. 1 month later, literally 1 month, she packed up and moved to South Korea at 14 years old. That is a wild level of commitment for a kid who says her dream started because she watched Joy from Red Velvet and thought, I want to do that. Ray is the group's main rapper, and her deep-toned voice gives the group a completely different sonic texture. It's husky and distinctive in a way you don't hear often in girl groups. She's also one of the group's most active songwriters, with credits on at least 7 tracks, including Afterlike, Kitsch, and multiple album cuts where she wrote her own rap verses. Billboard specifically praised her fiery rap verses. That's not faint praise. Personality-wise, Ray is the human embodiment of duality. Offstage, she's soft, shy, and kind of random. When asked on Running Man about her school popularity, she just deadpanned, I didn't have friends. Fans lost their minds, but put her on stage and she transforms into this fierce, commanding performer who started the viral rampaging guinea pig TikTok challenge that racked up nearly 39 million views. She's fluent enough in Korean that the members call her Kim Ray, like she's just Korean now. She collects butterfly-themed items, is a massive Sailor Moon fan, specifically wants to be Sailor Mercury, and once dressed as Totoro for a Starship Halloween party and went completely viral. She's currently a Valentino brand ambassador alongside Liz, has hosted the Asia Star Entertainer Awards, and her cat Mami-chan has its own Instagram with over 50,000 followers. Just an icon on every level. Wonyoung, Jang Wonyoung, born August 31st, 2004, in Seoul. If there's one person who defines what it means to be a fourth-generation it girl, it's her. The story starts in 2017 when a Starship casting agent attended her older sister's school graduation and spotted 12-year-old Wonyoung in the crowd. A year later, at just 13, she was the youngest trainee on Produce 48. And she didn't just survive it, she won the entire thing. Number 1. Center of Ease 1. At 13. After Ease 1 disbanded, she slid seamlessly into IVE as the group's visual and center, and her trajectory since has been genuinely staggering. By her 21st birthday, she held more than 20 individual brand partnerships: Miu Miu, Bulgari, Innisfree, Tommy Jeans, Fred Joaillier, making her arguably the most commercially powerful fourth-generation idol alive. When she mentioned a Buddhist philosophy book on U-Quiz on the block, it shot to the top of bestseller lists overnight. That's the Wonyoung effect in action. But reducing her to just a brand ambassador completely misses the bigger picture. Wonyoung has been the MC for the Asia Artist Awards multiple years running, the youngest host in the show's history. She co-hosted Music Bank for over a year and became the first MC to have her contract extended. And she's been quietly building a serious songwriting portfolio. She wrote lyrics solo for tracks like Mine, OTT, and Blue Heart, then graduated to co-writing actual title tracks like Attitude and XOXZ in 2025. That's real creative growth. She also passed her qualification exams with perfect scores in Korean, English, and math, while being one of the busiest idols in the industry. Her MBTI is ENTJ, and it shows organized, driven, strategic. Members say she plans all the group's restaurant outings. Sounds about right. Liz, born Kim Ji-won on November 21st, 2004 on Jeju Island, is the group's main vocalist and honestly, the emotional heartbeat of the group. Her stage name comes from Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice, which tells you a lot about her taste. Before she was an idol, Liz was a kid from Jeju who appeared in Taeyeon's This Christmas music video in 2017, which is fitting because Taeyeon became her ultimate role model. She auditioned for Starship through a Pepsi Summer Open audition in 2019, and the staff reportedly said her vocal talent was overwhelming. After 2 years of training, she debuted with IVE, and her profile reveal broke 50,000 Twitter likes in under 3 hours. What makes Liz special is that voice. She has this clean, smooth, almost ethereal tone that anchors the group's sound. Whether she's hitting powerful high notes or delivering soft falsetto passages, there's an emotional quality that just cuts through. Her cover of IU's Love Wins All on Lee, Yujin service is genuinely breathtaking. Personality-wise, she's the group's resident cat, shy, independent, a little clumsy, and a total homebody. The members call her Clumsy Hands. She's the group's best cook, a skilled pianist, That was actually her childhood dream before singing took over. And she can make an ocarina sound with her hands, which is a deeply niche talent I deeply respect. Liz has also faced some of the most unfair scrutiny in the K-pop industry around her appearance, with malicious netizens editing her photos and posting cruel comments. She never took a hiatus, never broke, just kept showing up and performing. By 2025, she was walking Paris Fashion Week for Valentino and stacking solo endorsements. She's also released solo OSTs, including Summer and Heavy Love, contributed lyrics to tracks like Thank You and Midnight Kiss, and her solo on Revive Plus opens with a haunting vocal introduction that reminds you exactly why she's the main vocalist. Leeseo. Born Lee Hyun-seo on February 21, 2007, in Seoul. The maknae, the baby. Except calling her a baby kind of undersells the fact that this girl has been in the entertainment industry since she was literally a toddler. At around 2 years old, she made a surprise appearance on an SBS variety show during a fan meeting for actress Han Hyo-joo. And the clip went viral. By second grade, she'd won the SM Kids Model Contest with a competition rate of 400 to 1. Then in 2019, while shopping at a department store with her parents in 6th grade, a Starship Scout spotted her and recruited her as a trainee. She debuted with IVE at 14, so young that by Korean broadcasting regulations she couldn't even perform on music shows past 10 p.m. What's wild about Leeseo is how professional she is for someone who just graduated high school in January 2026. There's a famous story where her in-ear monitor fell out during a live music show performance and she just kept going. Nailed the entire thing. Then cried backstage after because she'd been so scared. That's the kind of poise you can't teach. She served as MC on SBS Inkigayo for over a year and a half. She released a solo OST called May Lily for a webtoon adaptation that crossed 1.5 million YouTube views, and she got her first ever songwriting credit on her solo track Super Icy from Revive Plus. The members voted her as having the best facial expressions on stage. And honestly, watching her perform, you get it. She commits fully. Off stage, she's pure sunshine. Her most common phrase is, "I like it." Her first purchase with her first paycheck was coffee capsules for her parents. She plays piano, collects perfumes, loves mint chocolate, a controversial stance in Korea. And her personal motto is an Abraham Lincoln quote, "I walk slowly, but I never walk backwards." She's 14, turning into a fully realized artist right before our eyes. So that's the 6 of them. And together they make up IVE, which debuted on December 1st, 2021 with 11 under Starship Entertainment. The name IVE comes from I've, as in I have. And the concept is exactly that. These 6 members aren't telling you a story about becoming something. They're telling you they already are. From day one, IVE positioned themselves as a complete group, dripping with confidence, style, and self-assurance. Their fandom is called Dive, as in dive into IVE. And those dives have watched this group rewrite the record books in real time. Love Dive wasn't just a comeback. It was the single best performing song in all of South Korea in 2022. After Like became their first perfect all-kill. Then came Kitsch, I Am, Baddie, Rebel Heart, and Bang Bang. And with that last one in 2026, IVE became the first girl group in K-pop history to achieve 6 perfect all-kills. No girl group had ever done that before. Period. They've won over 75 music show trophies, collected at least 9 Daesang Awards, the grand prizes of the Korean music industry, and sold over 12 million albums worldwide. Their first world tour drew 440,000 fans across 5 continents, including sold-out nights at Tokyo Dome and London's O2 Arena. They've performed at Lollapalooza in Chicago, Berlin, and Paris. They've collaborated with David Guetta and recorded a Pokémon theme song. But the numbers aren't really what makes them special. What makes them special is the balance. You've got 2 former IZ*ONE stars in Yujin and Wonyoung who could have easily overshadowed everyone else. But that never happened. Instead, every member carved out their own identity. Gaeul became the hidden creative force. Ray became the viral trendsetter and songwriter. Liz became the vocal anchor. Leeseo became the breakout performer. That kind of even development across 6 members is genuinely rare in K-pop. Their music stands apart, too. In an era dominated by girl crush concepts and heavy hip-hop production, they chose melody. They chose catchy, vocal-driven pop with synth textures and retro sampling. And it worked so well that they influenced an entire wave of nostalgic pop in K-pop. As of early 2026, IVE is rolling out their second studio album, Revive Plus, continuing their second world tour and showing zero signs of slowing down. They've gone from I have to we have. And what they have is one of the most impressive runs any girl group has put together this decade. Dive into IVE? Yeah, you really should.